Let's do it.
Okay. Hey everybody, this is Rich from the Metal Cell podcast. I've got Mick Carey, Dave Gleeson and Neill Nevin of Brigantia. Hello lads, how the hell are you?
Flying it.
Yes, on a bank holiday Monday. Sure, what else would you be doing? Only drinking cans and talking shite. Cheers, boys.
Dave's away in Ireland this bank holiday.
He's got the flip-flops on, that's the main thing.
Oh yeah. No shorts.
The white fucking toes and the hairy feet. Jesus Christ. So lads, I'll tell you straight up, I am probably sick of seeing you. I've never seen you so much in around 3 or 4 months.
This is true.
It's unreal. It's great.
Ubiquitous, yeah.
Fuck's sake. How was this planned that all the metal gods came into play, that Brigantia would suddenly hit Clarke, play Limerick twice, wasn't it? Was it? Yeah.
Because we were all held in our pins for too long.
Yeah, it's fucking great, man.
Yeah.
That's what Mick Carey brings to the band. He doesn't bring riffs, he brings pull.
Yeah. he brings enthusiasm.
And cans. So riffs, cans and influence.
Yeah. But you need to be enthusiastic. Like he's in a million bands, so like, and he's 100% enthusiastic in every single fucking one of them. So it's a knock-on effect.
I think he's perfected the art of cloning. I've tried it a few times myself, but it just doesn't seem to work.
Yeah. Oh no, it's the same Mick. Same tone, same riff, same cans.
The work ethic.
All banging. Yeah, exactly, man. He's fucking legend. Like, I don't know how the fuck he does it. I can barely remember enough the riffs for one band. Like,
yeah, we can't do one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Tell us how Mick joined the band, lads.
Take it away,
Mick, we'll let you feel that one, will we?
Yeah, Mick, actually, from the horse's mouth.
I played with the lads a few years ago at the Siege, and we did 2 Pentagram covers, and we did Time Machine of Doom at one of the Sieges.
Okay.
It was a bit of crack. And then afterwards, like Davey had his accident, and the lads were asking then would I be interested in playing guitar for a bit, and I jumped on at that, and I'm still here since.
Yeah.
So what accent was that, Dave?
I had a little tip there about 4 years ago, Richie.
Jesus,
put a couple of dents in my back. So
motorbike?
It was an old car on the way home from work. So yeah, I ended up with a hail brace on for a couple of months, and about 6 months recovery. So no, everything was fine. So the outcome was good. It was just that we weren't sure how it would go at the time, but yeah, it was all good. Still here, rejuvenated, Richie.
You're pure laughing off that seriousness. It was mad serious. Dave like, I'm grand.
The
like
hand.
a year later, you were giggling.
Oh yeah, the hand of doom it was in bits. Like they told me I'd probably lose my finger, but I didn't. So it was degloved, pure death metal. So just bones.
Was it Tony Iommi, isn't it?
Yeah, they stuck it all back together and all good.
Jesus
still can't
Christ.
play guitar.
You don't have to now, do you?
Not as much, no.
Yeah, turn up, Mick.
So, the first gig with the lads was the Wild Power just knocked in Galway. Hexen was running it.
Mm-hmm.
And who else played it? The Wandering Midget. Fucking hate the band played it.
Yeah, it's just escape, you know.
Nomadic Rituals played it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a band.
Who was the other fucking band? Oh, God. They obviously play when Nomadic Rituals are playing. Can't think of the fucking name of them. But,
Tunes, no?
No, this is before...
That's what I was thinking. It wasn't, no.
This was 5 years ago, I'd say. This was on upstairs in the loft in Galway.
Yeah.
Deadly venue, like. So I learned the lads' tunes, and I came out then jamming one night, and there's Dave standing there with a guitar, and I was kind of going, you don't need me.
Never want to turn down a gift for you. How many songs had they at that stage, Mick?
They have a load of songs, man. They have millions of tunes.
Five. There you go.
5 official ones.
I've good ones.
An hour's worth of material.
We've loads of 3-minute tunes. Just we don't like 3-minute tunes.
And how hard is it to get moving, Mick? You know what I mean? Or they just like
here we go.
They come across fierce easy going all together. Is it a tip thing or what? Like,
yeah, it's good. It's all good. Though. It's all good.
It's definitely a tip thing. Yeah, it has to be. we know any other way. Like
we still have longevity, though. Yeah, stick with it.
There's one review of the Midnight EP. This band is going like fucking 10 years, 6 songs out.
Brilliant. And Dave, you were Surrey Bus. Is it first yourself? And
long time ago. Cerberus,
Cerberus. 1993,
yeah.
Okay. And sure, you were only teenagers at that stage, yeah?
Oh, yeah. That's fine. I was only 14, so we were the black metal kids back then. We used to call ourselves.
Fucking hell.
So we used to dress up in Cork Spent and Clarke Jordan. Well, that's where we used to get up to stuff, jamming, and we used to put Cork Spent on and go down to the woods with lanterns and, the usual stuff.
Jesus, you could be lying through your teeth there now and...
No, that's he's 100% honest there.
No,
like,
that is
the truth. Photographic evidence of this, like
there is somewhere. I know McCormick has photo evidence. Yeah, we used to have we had a poster there was a record shop called the Black Spot in Limerick for years.
I remember it. Yeah,
we had a poster up there for years, dark metal, but we had addresses. We had only 2 rehearsal songs or something, but. We sent out loads of them, actually.
Really?
Jesus. I think Clarke has one, like.
Yeah, they're still around. Martin McCormick.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
He has all the old demos.
The Golden Hand of Doom.
And when did you join him, Neil?
Was it 2007, maybe?
7, yeah.
Good man.
Sorry.
Get it out, son. Rather out your mouth than your arse.
Yeah, you can't see that, so it's grand. But I'm all about the low end. Anyway, sidetrack. Yeah, I joined about 2007 or that. And I know Dave and John from secondary school. We went to the same secondary school. They were like a year ahead of me, like. Okay. And they're a sneery cunts then that they are now 100% like they've perfected it. And that's right, because they used to drive me mad calling me nipples. It was fucking hilarious. Oh yeah, man. But they don't everybody
space players get bullied,
bullies.
That's all right. It was grand. I was bullied before I was a bass player anyway, so don't worry about that. That's a different fucking podcast. We'll let that one go. They never discriminated, like everybody got it, even the teachers. Like, so but the lads asked me would I play because their bass player was leaving, and I was like, I don't know how to play bass. It's like, you play guitar. It's like, can you get a bass? It's like, yeah, I can get a bass. Right. So I got my cousin's bass, and we just started jamming out in the rugby club and having the crack and freezing their hands off out there.
And what were you kind of playing at that? Was it just covers, or were you trying to do your own?
No, I was just learning the stuff that they had, like.
Okay.
From before Red Dawn, and then it was Brigantia, then like. So I just learned,
Fucking Red Dawn. Who came up with that name? Oh, sweet Jesus.
Old school.
Yeah, not guilty, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're in the band anymore.
Oh. It was either that or I think it was something like Meridian.
Red Dawn or Cobra.
Bad. Yeah, Cobra. That would be good. Now you're talking.
All have to dress like Cobra.
And who came up with the name then, Brigantia?
That was another ex-member years and years ago.
You could have another lawsuit coming through there now, lads. The more
I don't think he gives a shit. So, but
we murdered him and buried him in the woods.
On the island.
On the island, exactly. Yeah. So he was sort of he was the lyric writer and came up with the name, and and we stole it.
And were you always singing, Dave? Were you? Did you just kind of elect yourself a singer? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I kind of always did. We used to split it. Myself and Winston used to split the early ones. I think we used to do half and half. Mm-hmm. So I do the kind of deeper stuff, and he'd do the screechy stuff. And then we were Red Dawn. We used to split it as well. And I wasn't really confident to sing at all until maybe I was about 27, 28.
Okay.
Around 2006, 7.
And had the music changed dramatically at that stage?
Yeah. We always just wanted to get slower. So myself and Clarke, the drummer, so we always wanted.
Fat bass player, so naturally we go slower.
We always wanted to play slower stuff, Doom, Cathedral, the usual roster. But everyone we used to play with just went, it's too slow. So
I was like,
we always kept a little bit higher tempo than we would have liked, and I think that kind of came into the early stuff, and eventually you just said,
it's probably easier to sing as well with it being so slow. Do you find that, or
much easier for me anyway? For the way I sing as well, I like to let it kind of breathe over the music.
Yeah,
much easier for me.
Rather than doing fucking black metal.
Jesus, yeah.
I found it great when I joined the lads, because I didn't know like a lot of the bands that the lads were in, and they would just give me like CDs of Cathedral and Merciful Fate, fucking you name it. I was going, this is fucking brilliant. Like all this music that I just hadn't been listening to because the group of friends I was in just didn't listen to that sort of thing. Yeah. So I was like, this is fucking right. I was like, bring it in like a sponge, like, so they're like, here, listen to this shit, play it slow. I was like, I can do this. So it was cool.
Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially like with a bass player as well. I was watching you there, Neil, in Fred's there, and man, you were having fun there. The two boys were off in their own world, but you were just keeping the low ends, looking over to John, and two of you were happy as pigs and shit. Like, it really was.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking grand. Like, I've never played bass in any other band, and I probably will never, ever play bass in any other band. This is just fucking perfect. Like, I have great rhythm section with Clarke, and the boys ain't too fucking shabby either. Like,
no, they're not.
It doesn't seem to be, even from the start, when it was like the three of us, like the first song we wrote was really easy, and just like we still even play Time Machine Doom. That was an early song that the three of us wrote. Like,
how old is that? Like, 15 years now, is it, or 12?
I'd say so. Yeah,
15. I'd say yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're sick of it.
yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's no effort. Like, it's no. I think of you hear all the horror stories of bands. They're like a marriage, man. If you're not getting on and fucking you're wrecking each other's heads, it's not going to last. But we wreck each other's heads in a good, fucking, healthy, hilarious, sneery, Limerick Tipperary way. You know, so there's no bullshit. Like, I don't have to second guess. If I'm in a shitty mood jamming, they'll take the piss out of me, and it's fucking right good. Like, Jesus, look at your man over there. Like, it's fucking easy, man. I fucking love it with every fibre of my being. Like,
so like a band so laid back for ye, I presume Ciaran Culhane was the obvious choice. To do the...
Yeah, we've given a few spins and it seems to work nicely.
And when did you first meet Ciaran? It was probably through going to shitloads of gigs in Limerick anyway, was it?
Yeah, doing the bad rep stuff from the very start.
Yeah, the very start. Yeah. So as soon as the boys were putting on gigs, I think we did a couple of gigs in Cork at the time. We met the Five of Die guys. And I think it came through that, didn't it? We played in Baker Place in Limerick.
Yeah,
and
we played in Clonmel with the Five Will Die boys as well in the early stages. Yeah, that kind of kicked off the whole going to Limerick and going down to Cork. So fucking deadly.
Yeah, that's what got us on the road, like meeting the guys. Great lads.
Yeah,
good times.
Would you think it's a different scene now compared to back then?
I think it's different. Do you think it's different? Yeah.
I feel it's different, yeah. It's just that so many bands have moved on. You look at some of the posters that some of our old gigs, and there's none of the bands are still going.
Especially like the Siege posters from, the last 10 years. There's very few in the first few years that are still fucking rocking it. Like it's tough to keep going at it. There's so many factors, and we've been lucky that it's just all worked out fucking sound, like. And then, the addition of Mick as well, that was absolutely fucking seamless, like. Sometimes you might think we're serious when we're taking the piss, but he just looks over and we go, come on, Mick. Like, once we throw it, come on, Mick.
And do a lot of your stuff then come from jams, the kind of new stuff, new songs, yeah?
Yeah, it's like one of us will bring a riff, or maybe a couple of riffs, a couple of sections, and we'll just go over that then, and sometimes for a long time. Mick was probably thinking, what the fuck's going on? Are they ever going to stop playing this riff?
Yeah. He's like, no, we'll do this 4 times. I'm like, no, Mick, we're doing this 64 times.
Yeah, now I'm feeling it.
Yeah, we're just cycling in and out 2 or 3 parts. We're like, oh yeah, really.
I tell you now, the boy Carey is being very quiet up there. He's just soaking it all in. Like, he's going to hit you now with a few fucking home truths and home truths now in the minute. Like.
Yeah.
Go for it. The floor is yours.
I'm all good.
Where do you practice? Mick, do you travel up to the lads?
I do, yeah.
How far away are they from?
52 kilometres exactly from my house.
Yeah.
I have it down to the cent now in the fucking petrol tank.
52 kilometres.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good crack. Love it.
Yeah. And like, I mean, sure, it's completely different again to the other 2 bands you're in.
Well, I always listened to Doom, Richie. I fucking love Doom. Like, like back in the day, Cathedral and all Paradise Lost and Mighty Bride and stuff like that. Like,
the older stuff is class.
That's what I was reared on, like, Yeah. Like, I remember the first time I heard Forest of Equilibrium, like, I puked after hearing that stuff. Like, yeah.
That was the 8 cans as well, like.
Well, I was only 12 at the time, so it would have been about 4.
Okay, sorry, 6.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So no, I've always loved Doom. Like, I always loved doomy stuff. Do you know?
Yeah, but there's an art in it as well. I mean, okay, so the boys are playing slow.
There's a push and a pull to the music. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's all down to the drums at the end of the day. So it's all down to what Clarke is feeling.
Yeah,
and that dictates the tempo of it, I think, anyway. Like, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he can fucking send us where he wants, like.
Yeah. The days where like he'd be hyper and it's like fucking everything's going on.
Yeah. We'll get that man some Guinness and stop giving him coffee.
And like singing then, Dave, it's easier enough when you're singing. What would kind of the lyrics be centered about? Would you kind of do a bit of escapism, fantasy, or real life stuff, or historic, or does it change?
I like to start them as they're pure fantasy. They're I love old movies. I love old cult movies. I get lots of inspiration from them. But what I try and do then is kind of tie them in as a metaphor to something that's actually real or going on. But that usually happens over time. So the first draft of them is always like what I start. My basis for a start to a song will never be the same. And often we have songs written, I go in to sing them and decide I'm going to change all the lyrics in the studio.
Yeah. And then they're all fucking right good. And we're like, Jesus, that was deadly. I was I came up with that in the spot.
What? Pressure is good, yeah. For me,
we were recording the EP with Ciaran, like, and we were so used to hearing the vocals in a certain arrangement, you know.
Yeah.
And then when we heard it back then, we were like, what is this?
Yeah. I missed this.
It either works or it doesn't.
No, but it totally works. That's the thing. Like, it fucking 100% works. Like, yeah. Do you know?
And how is Ciaran for you, Dave? Working with him on
absolutely sweet. he's like the ultimate patience.
Was
sometimes
the singing kept to the last, was it?
Yeah, it's usually kept to the last, yeah. And usually I end up going in for retakes, and I don't like this and I don't like that. And fussy, I still haven't got the perfect performance that I've always wanted, but we'll get there. Like every time we've done stuff with Ciaran, like, he has new equipment all the time, and it's always sound a little better. And the more he gets to know us, the more he knows what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just working with Ciaran. It's so easy. He's a great friend as well, like, as well as being our engineer.
He's not afraid to push it either. Like, you know, if you do a take and you think you're happy with it, he'd be like, "It's really good, but I know you can do a bit better." Like, you don't feel like he's been a dickhead. Like, he's been straight up. Like, doesn't
what you want, like.
Yeah, you do need that. Yeah,
because I mean, like,
sometimes you might be at a loss for something. Like, the way I'm playing this isn't working, like, and you just go, just chill, take a little break. So he's very positive, man, and you need that in the studio environment. Like.
And he's a brilliant musician as well, so.
Fantastic, yeah.
Amazing musician.
He'll be able to figure out stuff, say, that's not obvious for you, but he might see something, make a suggestion.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, Mick, what like for your input with Ciaran, I mean, I know, like, you're great mates. Has he ever surprised you with stuff, especially with the guitar, or does he leave you alone, doesn't bother with you?
He'll leave me alone, but he'll go, "I know you can do that way better."
Right.
You know? And keep at it and go, "Yeah, that's the one."
Okay.
Where I'm pulling my fucking hair out and screaming and go, "Yeah, that's the one."
That's the one. Print it.
That's class. So, like, do you think you have enough material for another EP, or are you going to go for an album? It's a great question, isn't it?
Now that Clarke's not here,
Triple live album.
It's an album.
Triple live album. Brilliant.
Concept double live album.
I'd like to do 5 songs. There'll be Brigantia 5 songs, so there'll be long songs. So that's the next one.
Yeah,
it'll be album length, Richie.
Yeah, class. And what did you think of the reaction to Midnight? I loved it when it came out. It was, you wouldn't actually think you're an Irish band when I was listening to it. It was,
really?
you know, you kind of have a European feel. Is that a good or a bad thing? It is, yeah. It's a good thing for me anyway. I thought there was a nice European doom feel to it. I think could have been just your delivery as well, Dave. I don't know. That's the way I felt about it.
I think it's got a kind of an epic kind of feel to some parts and some of the songs as well. Anyway, do you know? With guitars and stuff like that, like, they're kind of layered and there's harmonies and things like that, like, do you know what I mean? Which kind of fucking breaks it up a bit as well. And then when Dave comes in singing, it'll just pull back to the rhythms, do you know? So there's like that back and forth between the guitars and the vocals, like, do you know?
Yeah, and even listening to it, you just know that it's crafted in such a way that it will be played, when it's played live, it'll be just fucking even heavier and, you know, gnarlier.
We're happy with the last few gigs. I think they're fairly, it sounded like what you're hearing on Midnight.
Absolutely.
So we're happy enough with that. We've gotten our tones down, and
because in the studio we use the gear we use playing live, like, it's, you know, we're not using anything mental. You know, if you're double tracking guitar or something, if there's you might put in a different head just to get a little bit of flavor on a separate track, like. But, you know, the tone we try to get in the studio is we really want to have that similar effect when you see us live. Maybe we have more points in it, but
it's the same gear that we use when we're jamming anyway, when we're playing gigs anyway, like, so we're not using anything new when we're recording. We're using what we fucking have, like, do you know what I mean?
What we're used to, like.
Like, then when he played Dolan's main stage, and after he played, then he sat back and watched at the Leveler and Primordial. How did you feel about the overall experience of it?
I really, really enjoyed that. It was, I love playing on that main stage, and I was surprised there was a crowd at it. So, you know, for us, but they were just in early, and it was fucking deadly, man. I don't think I've ever had a bad gig in Dolan's, or Limerick for that matter, to be honest with you. Like,
that Primordial gig, though, that we did, that was so easy, just straight off the bat. Even when we were sound checking, Like, it wasn't like your standard sound check, like going, can I have your bass drum? Can I have your snare? Can I have your tom? We just started jamming a tune, and Liam Marley started mixing from the desk.
Okay.
And the sound was there on stage, and then we finished playing tune. He goes, "Are you happy with that?" And we're like, "Yeah, that's banging."
Yeah.
And that was
we
it.
could hear everything perfect. Like, it was fucking great. Like,
yeah. So it was very organic, very natural sounding, you know, and that made the gig even easier to play, you know? Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially like kind of for drums, like for John and the drums, like you couldn't, it's hard to imagine that it was spot on for him.
No, it was.
Well, it was his kit that was being used by all three bands anyway, right? So
okay.
Yeah.
Simon from Primordial would have sound checked his kit anyway.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So Clarke was in in his element. Like, it's annoying to have to bring your kit to a gig, but when you do, it's like, oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
And he always gets a great sound out of his multiple kits. They're all banging. Like,
I couldn't stop laughing. We were watching in Cork and Fred's, and I was watching it with Evan, and two of us were up the front, and Evan was looking around him. I says, watch Clarke here for the minute. And he was there, right, yeah, what am I supposed to be looking at? And I just goes, lower your eyes down to his belt. And Evan went, no fucking way. And I goes, yeah. He had the two drumsticks stuck into the fucking the pockets by the belt there.
Proper old school.
He learned it somewhere about a week before that. Somebody else used to do it. It was probably Bill Ward.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Was it?
He couldn't be consoled. It was
just good enough for Bill.
Yeah, it's fucking, man, it was deadly.
Yeah, you have to keep an eye out for fucking rogue sticks when Clarke is playing. Like,
or lumps.
Yeah, there's a reason why they're in the belts. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Dave has got a fucking stick in the back of the head more than once. Like,
yeah.
Used to be on my toes.
Happened to me a few times at Crack Sabbath gigs as well. Sticks fucking across my face and everything like that.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's why I'm always looking at him. It's not to keep up, it's just to watch the sticks.
Well, kind of when you look at doom bands, would any of you be fans of Death to Leveler or Primordial?
I like Primordial, yeah.
Yeah. I like Primordial too now.
Not too familiar with Death to Leveler, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They're tight as fuck, like they're really good at what they do.
It's Thursday's episode. Don't let them watch this.
No, I'm
not that familiar with that.
No, they're excellent. They're really, really good. I was amazed. I really wanted to see him live first and foremost, and they didn't disappoint. They were absolutely fantastic.
And they had a great tone.
They did.
A really good sound, like.
Yeah. Seen Primordial and played with Primordial fucking loads of times. Very, very. Know all the lads, like, do you mean? Gigging Orleans is the best I've fucking seen him in, I'd say, in about
definitely, years. It's probably the best.
They were amazing that night.
They were really, really good. Yeah.
And I wouldn't be a fan of their old stuff. I kind of like the more modern stuff by them.
Yeah.
And so then after that, then I saw you in, as I was saying to you, in Fred's. How was Fred's Free?
It was really good.
It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
it was fucking really entertaining night. You know, it was fucking the points were flowing. Everybody was in good form.
Yeah. It was good vibes.
Everyone. It was right good. And I didn't have to carry a cab up the stairs, so I was happy.
Nice.
That was good. Yeah. Like no cabs in Fred's. Fuck that.
And even pointing somewhere else beforehand, didn't she?
We went.
Yes, we did.
We went to the Spalpeen Fanach.
Local knowledge there from the Mick Carey, I bet you.
Oh no, we were there before. We knew that place. He was trying to bring us. He was trying to bring us to a pub that was closed.
Yeah,
it didn't happen to be right there. So
Ziggy's.
Ziggy's.
Down this way. Yeah.
It's closed.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's right. Yeah. That was a good choice, mate.
That night if it was open, it might have been a good choice, but it wasn't.
We just she didn't have far out to fucking walk from the Spalpeen to Ziggy's, like.
No, but we can't make forget that he was wrong. So you have to tell him every now and again.
We went hunting for Beamish, like, do you know what I mean?
We found delicious Beamish. Oh my god! So nice.
The spot being that if it's not fucking right there, you might as well forget about it. The opposite being Mission Crawford, which is now gone. Yeah. Fuck's sake, like that's hard.
It was hard to walk out of that pub even for our own gig.
Yeah.
So I looked at the lads and was like, Jesus, only for the lads are saying now I'd fucking stay here.
We're contemplating kind of texting Moss to go like, come here, man, we won't be able to do this gig without you.
Just blame me, say Nevin's fell over or just he got arrested or something. Just blame me. I don't think this.
And was John on? Who was on driving duty? John?
Yeah.
Fucking legend, by fair play.
Legend, yeah.
Yeah, he was patient that night, definitely.
Very patient. Yeah.
And all the piss breaks then driving back. Jesus Christ.
Mick slept the whole way back. It's fine.
The whole way back, yeah.
So had he to drop you to Limerick? Or did you stay with the lads in Tip?
It's on the way.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You went that way, all right, yeah. Okay, cool.
Clarke dropped each one of us off.
He's
like
some
a
man.
fucking hero. Like.
Fair fuck somebody.
Oh, yeah.
There was no Cliff Burton incident on the way home, like, do you know what I mean?
Thank fuck,
Jesus Christ. I could talk about one of them, man. Fuck's sake. Yeah. Ended up getting badly nettled, but wasn't so bad. We were busting for a pace and we just made it, just coming into Mitchelstown, and the mate pulled over. He didn't want to pull over at all. And he pulled over literally by a dike. So as soon as I got out the passenger side,
straight
me falling down a fucking dike full of nettles and down into fucking half a river. And Terry alongside me then in the back seat did the same thing. Like, right down as well. And we had to pull ourselves up just nettles, like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I love those.
Yeah. We pull over every time we go to Limerick now at that spot and just die laughing.
Oh, for life, you'll never forget that.
No.
There's always a few road stories, all right, like that, like when something happens, like.
Go on, Mick, give us one there. Sell it one road story.
One gig that we did, we'd sell it up in Fibbers, and I was driving. And we were driving back. We got out of Fibbers about 2 a.m. and I was looking for Jay. I said, where the fuck is he anyway? Like, he's inside the chipper next door and he falls out the door with a bottle of Bucky and a big bag of chips, right? So he's like down in the chips anyway and fucking slugging back bug fast and popped into the car anyway. It was December, it was freezing, the heating was on in the fucking car. And all I could hear behind me is like, straight out over my shoulders while I was driving all over me.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh man! If I did that to one of the lads, I would not be playing bass in Brigantia. Yeah. I wouldn't even be on this call.
Car was my pride guy at the time because I only handed it about in a couple of months. Like, I mean, thank you and everything. Like.
Holy fuck!
Oh my god! How do you even fucking?
I can see the colour of that buck-fast chug.
And the thing is, he passed out the fucking car and then the way back, then woke up and fucking cast a try.
Brilliant!
Did you not go absolutely crazy, like?
I went bananas, but I kept it all inside. Do you know what I mean? Next day, I went fucking berserk, like, you know what I mean?
Fucking fantastic. Jesus
Another time, we were coming back from decapitated and hippie tried to have a fist fight with me inside the car while I was driving. You're sitting in the passenger seat and he was after drinking a full bottle of Jägermeister.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He fell asleep when we got to fucking Chops there in the Dublin Road and his house is only around the corner and we woke him up. You're home. I'm home already. Get the fuck out of my car, assistant.
Fucking brilliant.
That Jaeger can make it a bit fucking fighty, alright.
We had the transporter van as well that we used to do all the gigs in, and he only had it like about 2 weeks. We're heading off the gig somewhere and I broke the fucking back window in the van.
And a freezing, like.
Yeah.
That's great. And what do you use? Does John have
I was like,
Does John have a van or what does he have? Can all your gear fit into what? A hatchback?
Volvo Estate.
Volvo Estate.
It's like a horse.
Yeah.
That's the job. And
he's silver hearse, yeah.
What does he bring with him kit-wise?
But for that, like for Clarke, it'd just be the breakables, you know, just the snare and the fucking cymbals and shit, like.
Yeah.
But if we're going to a gig where we need more room, like, we all have cars, so sometimes we have to share the load, as they say. Like,
Yeah.
You know, this is grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the least stressful part of anything we do. For there's not really any stress anyway. So
we only do about 5 gigs a year anyway. So.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And what about the artwork for Midnight? Where did you come across that?
Do you know, I don't even know the guy's name. That's terrible.
Clarke sorted all that out. Yeah. It was a friend of his. Like,
that's one of John's friends, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember his name now at all either.
Is he Irish, like?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
No, young enough fella as well. Like, Clarke was talking with him about stuff and, you know, sketching some ideas and giving it to him, and he'd go away and work with something. And he came back with, like, really, you know, cool, unique fucking piece. Like,
yeah.
He did a really good job on it. And I feel really bad that I don't know his name. But if Clarke was here, he'd be able to tell you. And he's not.
Actually, he did something. He did something for we were going to put it on the back if we were doing a physical release, and I think it was even better than the cover. So that's kept in the bank.
Really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
We could put it on a shirt or something like that because it's really nice.
Yeah, and like I know now. You are what you are in relation to a band, but like, how do you go about marketing yourself on social media and stuff?
We don't.
You don't. And so, Jesus Christ, like, you'd hardly rely on Mick to fucking sort that out for you as well, would you?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, he motivates us to do it. Like, you know, we do a little bit, but yeah, we probably need to get a little better. But I think that's a very an Irish thing. You know, you don't want to shite on about yourself too much. And we're old, you know, we're all in our 40s. So, like, younger generation, the band in their early or late teens to fucking early 20s, they grew up with shit. Like, we grew up with no internet, so it's in our head. Like, don't be shiting on about yourself. Like, you think you're fucking right good. That's not the case. You have to promote yourself. That's normal. But
there's a lot of guys out there that are very social media savvy, like, that are in bands and they're really, really good at it. And the way to look at it, like, they're like on the social media, like Facebook, Bandcamp, Twitter, Instagram, all that, like, they're all free. Do you know what I mean? So they're all tools that are there, you know, at your disposal. It's kind of,
Even if you master 2 of them, you'd wing it, like.
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, it's annoying though. I hate the whole promotion part of it. I want no hand in it.
I just want to sit in my island and drink margaritas.
Play Doom.
No, I think we'll be kind of fucking old school about it, and we'll do gigs and put our music out there. If you want it, contact us. If you don't. Like, you know, we're not in it for other people. Like, I don't give a shit if nobody likes us. I like us. Mick likes us. Dave likes us. Clarke likes us. And my mother likes us. We never write a song to please anybody. Like, it just happens. You know, we just as like-minded idiots that like the shit we're doing, and that's fucking fantastic. Like,
well, like, do you think the scene can be improved in any way to just get more attention to bands like you? Put it that way.
I don't think there is a scene, is there?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even think about it. Like, that kind of shit doesn't even cross my head. Like,
it's just down to putting music out there. Like, you mean, letting the music do the talking, like, you know?
100%.
Yeah. Like, it's got to be fucking all about the music more than anything else. Like, you know? And the songs have to be there. Do you know?
Because you can do all the promotion and all the faffing about and everything, but if your songs are rushed and just not great, nobody's going to listen to them in fucking 5 years. Nobody's going to give a shit about the 20 posters do it there. Like, we're not that sort of band. Like, we have something to put out, we'll put it up. If we have something to sell, we'll put it up. You know, might do a few rehearsal videos, a couple of videos of us having a few pints or something. I don't know. You know,
but like,
not too fucking concerned about it.
Like, but you all remember the fanzines and, you know,
the boys do especially, like.
They've all disappeared, and there seems to be just a kind of a void around the Irish metal scene. You either embrace social media or you don't.
And that's what the alternative is. Like, that's the thing, you know. But you need to do it, but I don't I don't see us doing it too much. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure.
Do you want a
stuff
job?
out.
Do you want to be our social media guy? It doesn't pay any money whatsoever. But
Nothing pays any money.
Right?
Nothing pays any money. If you're involved in music, it never fucking pays.
We're not in it for the money or the fucking.
But like, I'm just wondering. You know, we'll say if you looked at say England, and they'd have maybe a few metal stations playing tunes and stuff. We don't seem to have that in Ireland.
No, we don't really. Like, you know, you might have, what's his name, Emmett. He's from the Depths Metal. Yeah, from the Depths of Metal, his radio show. That's about it. You had Trevor that was doing the Cranium Titanium.
There you go. Now he's gone as well. Yeah,
he's gone as well. Like, I mean, there's nobody else kind of really doing it. Like, even if you look at it like in terms of like metal forums and things like that, right? Fair enough. Like, you had Metal Ireland years ago, which was a very good resource for things like that, for plugging gigs, for finding out about bands, for buying merch and stuff like that. And that just can literally shut up shop overnight.
Yeah.
Then it was like this Metal Warfare forum appeared then kind of in place of it. And I go onto that forum.
Yeah, me too.
Quite regularly. I go on a couple of times a week, maybe see what's happening. You might see like one new post every fucking 2 or 3 days on it. Like, do you know what I mean? And it just seems to be the same 4 or 5 lads posting on it, right? Whereas like on like Facebook and whatever, like if you were on groups and things like that, where there's like loads of posts every day, there's your opportunity there to start sharing your stuff and pushing it around. Like, do you know? Yeah. Do you know, like, I don't know, doesn't seem to be too much of a push on it in that regard here. Like, do you mean? Like, forums are kind of like more or less dead anyway. Like, do you know? Nobody kind of
unless they're conspiracy forums.
That's it. Like, everything else is all kind of done through social media or YouTube or whatever. Like Facebook, whatever, be used as your platform for going like, here's a link to our music, bloody blah.
Yeah.
You could have hundreds of groups off of that then where you're sharing your stuff around and whatever. Yeah. That seems to be the way it's kind of gone. Like, even physical print, like magazines and things like that, like, they're scarce these days. I haven't seen in a shop in fucking years.
Yeah, they're just fucking advertising. Even the metal magazines, that's all it is. Like.
Yeah, about 30 pages of ads. Do you know?
No, it's just different times, lads, you know, and we all have to roll with it. You know, so
100%,
like, you know, I'd have one band on a podcast maybe once, maybe twice a year, pushing it in case people start fucking moaning, you know, but it is frustrating though. That's why we started doing the reviews of albums and singles and EPs as well. Yeah. You know, and the throwback Thursdays or Tuesdays as well. So that's
what you've got going on, Richie, is pretty good, like, in that regard, like, do you mean? Because it kind of ticks all the boxes, do you know what I mean? Like, you got to pulse on what's going on new, like, do you mean, what's going on out there, sharing it around as well. Plus, you have the bands on every week that you're interviewing. Whenever there's things like the Siege coming up, like, there's good coverage for that as well, like, do you mean? And you have to throw Tuesdays then as well. All the other bands, like, do you mean? Like, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm flat.
Man.
Thank you, but I'm flat to the mat with that. That's as much as I can get out.
Yeah.
Like, literally a week. But I'm just wondering, could there be something fucking more, like a proper radio station, pirate radio station?
But it requires people to take it up and run with the idea. Like,
it does, yeah. Surely there's enough fucking young guys out there to do that, man. The technology is there. It's no more than... And it's cheap enough, but again, like, you just need somebody to commit to it. And fucking,
you would think that, you know, certain, like, if we would be band members from bands in the scene, you know, because everybody knows how to record stuff at home, and everybody's nearly got an interface that can even knock up a shitty podcast about a metal album they love. There just needs to be that kind of more push to that sort of thing. But I don't know. I think if it's going to happen, it'll just happen itself. Or maybe some old farts like us to pick the mic up and start something like.
I think it's all kind of gone kind of content kind of driven now these days. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you are setting up something, like, you have to have content constantly. Like, do you mean, to keep it relevant, keep people interested, keep people engaged. Then as well, like, do you know.
Yeah, Ciaran did a great job for you with Debt Collector.
Did, of course, like, but he's totally savvy with all that stuff. Like, and he does graphic design for a living, and he's getting into the whole. Like, he wants to get into the the PR side of it anyway, with bands and things like that, promotion and all that. Like, so that's where his head is at. Like, do you mean?
Yeah, you have to love that stuff to be all in. Like, you know, it's a whole different.
But wouldn't it be great if there was like 2 or 3 Ciarans in fucking Ireland? That wouldn't be that.
I know 3 Ciarans in one band.
You know, but you have PR agencies for nearly every sort of genre of entertainment. Like, there should be you know, metal PR company that can help up and coming bands, established bands. You know, it would be a good idea. Like,
yeah, would be actually like
one.
Like, there is the obvious one, Overdrive in Dublin.
Yeah,
but you're not in exist out of Dublin. We're from Tip. They don't know we're here. Like,
I know, and the scene down in Limerick and Cork has never been so fucking good, you know. And just
it's never not been good, even back to before we were doing fucking shit. Like, you know,
there was always stuff going on. Like, Cork was always really good for gigs back in the 90s as well. Like,
you know,
like, you used to have the likes of Benediction, Anatema,
the Winterfests and all that.
Yeah,
that was another good guy that left the scene, Jim,
Tobin, absolute legend. I love
another
Jim.
big loss. Yeah,
he had a sexy beard before beards were even fucking fashionable.
He sure did.
Yeah. He was a fucking trendsetter. Like, we told him every time we seen him. Jim, your beard is lovely.
Jim was a lovely fella, man. Lovely.
He's over in Malta now, like, and he's still involved in stuff, like, you know.
He is, yeah. Well, it's like, once it's in your blood, man, it's in your blood. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
What was the band?
That's why Mick travels 40 odd kilometers to jam with us. Like.
Sirocco, yeah.
Didn't they play with Slayer, wasn't it? In the marquee?
Jesus, that must have been the first band on of the day. I was still drinking at that
I think you're fucking right,
Yeah.
Was Anthrax on that day as well?
No, this time Slayer first played in marquee.
Oh, okay.
So it would have been Lombardo, and Hanneman was still in the band as well.
Yeah.
And I think it was Mastodon.
It was Mastodon. That's it. Yeah. Yes, you're spot on. You're spot on. Yeah. Yeah, and we'll raise a beer for Jeff.
My beer's empty. Sorry, Jeff.
Angel of Death.
Yeah. Fucking mad.
So, like, the rest of the year, how's it panning out for you? Have you anything coming through?
Just writing fucking
new stuff. Yeah.
Writing stuff. Trying to get ready, go in and record. Yeah.
Okay. When we go into record, we don't really want to be doing too much writing in the studio. Like, by the time we record a song, we've played that thing till it's, you know, we could play it in our sleep. That's the idea, to make the recording process a little easier. Like.
Yeah.
Because if we go in there and we're unsure, say if a song's only like a month or old and you're trying to record it, that might work for some people. That doesn't fucking work for me anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like the last time we recorded, we knew them songs as well as we were going to know them. Like, and it's just the recording was so fucking easy.
It was, it was the easiest recording I've ever done. Like, because everything was so well prepared, we were well rehearsed going in there as well. Like, we knew the songs inside out.
Yeah.
You know, it came together really, really quickly.
Was there any one of those songs? Was there a curveball in any one of those songs for any particular reason?
What's that?
Was there a curveball with any one of those songs?
No.
They all worked out great. So.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that was great.
Yeah, like those songs were 100% formed, like going into the studio, and I think that's what we realized after that recording experience. This is what worked well for us. Is when we go in there and the songs are nailed down, we know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah,
we don't have to think about it, so that allows us to be super relaxed and just enjoy the recording process.
Yeah,
and sometimes people tell you like recording is a nightmare, and you know, if things go wrong, it is a nightmare. But we're lucky with the people we pick who to work with. That helps us have a good experience. Like, and we put the work in. You know, the songs are played to death before we go in there. Like, we know them.
Yeah,
that's what
that works for us. So fuck it, we'll stick at it. It takes a while, but you know,
we'll get the bones of a song together and we'll play that for a couple of weeks and whatever, and then get ideas kind of going. Once you hear vocals kind of going, might try something in guitar here now over this bit where there's no singing and whatever. And try and tie everything in together. we'll play it again and for another while until, kind of like it's effortless to do it. Like, and then that's when you kind of know then they're ready to record, like,
Yeah.
So, like, we're writing at the moment, like, we've 2 full songs finished. We're onto another 2 more now, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're kind of on our
we have a load of stuff in.
Yeah.
We have a lot of stuff in the vaults, like things recorded, like loads of jams, loads of ideas. It's we'd pick out stuff that we'd hear it and we'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that riff straight away. It's not like we don't have to try relearn stuff too much. Like we have a shitload of stuff. So
there's enough riffs for 6 albums. Yeah.
We have a back catalogue of half ideas.
There's a wealth of stuff there, all right. Like,
and would a lot of that stuff been there before you, Mick? No,
some of it would have been.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
and you kind of
good bit of stuff. Like,
well, we're trying to just do it new now. Like, I mean, the EP was some older stuff. Well, not so much older, but stuff we'd been working on. Like Midnight was there since 2015. So we just wanted to say, look, here's whatever Mark III of the band. This is where Mick joins, and we just like put a stamp on it. And from then on, there's lots of old stuff there, but we've been preferring to just what we're coming up with at the moment. It's slightly different. It's going to be different because the 2 guitars, like, as well. But we're still kind of figuring it out. But the newer stuff is definitely different. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we could have a riff that's like knocking around in our heads for ages, and it's like not going anywhere. And we play a riff and make it go, I have a riff that goes with that, and we're like, holy fuck! It just, it happens like that. That even just like a riff that goes on for 30 seconds and make it come in with an idea, and like boom, there's fucking half a song out of nowhere, like.
Yeah, and you jam away to that then.
Yeah. That's just the way it's kind of happening. Like,
we're bouncing ideas off of each other, like, and like we're very lucky, like that they're working together as well, and they're sticking, like, do you mean? Yeah, and it kind of gives a new kind of dynamic to it as well. Then, like, do you mean, because it can sound a lot bigger then as well with the 2 guitars.
Yeah.
Like, we don't necessarily have to be playing the same stuff together, like, but like we'll do different bits here and there, which will give it a bit of a weird kind of a sound and make it a bit windier sounding, like,
Yeah. And of course, then the vocals then will have to be added at the later stuff. Okay,
like, it's 100% vocal driven, like, it's all around the vocals, like.
Class.
Yeah.
Even when we're jamming these songs out, like, Dave will still be belting out like a solid vocal melody, like, usually with some really like entertaining lyrics. We're like, oh no, that's hilarious. There's some songs if you heard the lyrics from some of the songs we played, it's like where they started, you'd be like, you're full of shit. Like, that's not saying it. No, that song started.
Could Brigantia be cancelled?
Yeah, no, not like that. Just nonsense stuff, like, hey, look, we're not cancelled. No, we're grand. Like,
that old Tom G Warrior. Ooh.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Tom G.
When we're writing songs. Yeah, we have to have fun when we're writing, because if you don't have fun, you're not going to do it for long.
The whole thing has to be fun. Like, otherwise we wouldn't bother. And that's what it is. We're just having fun.
Well, cool. Yeah. I'm going to play Sardonicus. Is it?
Sardonicus.
Sardonicus. AKA Hit the Lights.
Hit the Lights.
Shut up, man.
Hit the Lights.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one.
My favorite song on TV.
Fucking class. Fred's was hopping to this guy, I tell you.
I quite enjoyed playing that live.
Those who feel protected from the serpents of the mind know that there are demons at the fringes of your life.
Yeah,
the sword.
like,
I like the first couple.
Country. That was brilliant. Reminds me of that.
Gargoyle with a wild and sickly grin.
we have to listen to that recording in a good while, like.
Killer smiles, sardonic wiles, the crawling of your skin. Banality personified, we cannot let them win. Hope was but a spectre fading further from the world. Welcome in the realms of the absurd. Still they run, a violent masterpiece, a tribute to the dead. And now sardonic as someone to force his hand. Saturn in retrograde, the stars will soon align. A rotting trophy, a crooked human eyes on fetid skin.
That's one of my favourite parts.
Yeah,
back in.
If anybody hasn't seen Brigantia live, that's the fucking song, man, to see.
Yeah, no.
I was patiently waiting for that in Fred's, man. It was just fucking class. And
I
there's
reckon if we use heavy metal two pedals for that, it'd sound like fucking Entombed or something.
It would, yeah.
Jesus, there you go.
Especially that last riff, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. No.
I'm not finding any new more here, though.
But there's a great groove running through that song. You know, the new stuff, is it in that kind of flavour as well, or is it, again, different?
No, it's 100 times more.
It's like Fear Factory.
It's what, say me?
It's like Fear Factory.
More miserable.
More miserable.
It is more miserable, yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So far, but there'll be light and shade. So we like to mix it up.
That's good.
It's still Brigantia, like 100%. You know, it's still us.
There has to be tunes like that. There has to be bouncy tunes because, I like them.
Yeah, exactly, man. You can't be all that.
I mean, if you're a punter in the audience, you're going to enjoy both the slow and the fast ones anyway. Like, you know, but like Doom is such a kind of, it's the same, but it's not, if you know what I mean. You'll always be hoping for a little breakaway section in each song.
Absolutely. You'll get them,
You have to get the head nodding, like, that has to happen. No matter how slow, if it's like that or fucking, you know.
Like that's musicians learning their craft through years of fucking playing in front of audience as well, you know. You all know, like, when you hit on a certain riff, you know straight away that the audience is going to fucking love that particular one. And then it's just a case of how long do I keep that riff going for? Like,
That's the best thing about like busting out a new song. You know, we can play it for ages when we're jamming every fucking Friday here. Like, we're going to play that new song now. For the first time you play a new song, you're half shitting it, but when you see after about like a minute, you're like, oh yeah, this is going down really well. We didn't write a bucket of shit. We're good. Like,
it's key. It is. I think a lot of bands sometimes they don't dwell on riffs long enough. They're gone. They're on to the next section of the song, and you're just going, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
No, we don't have that problem.
No, you don't. And in fairness, most Doom bands don't either.
No, they don't.
But sometimes they just play them for too fucking long. There's lots of
that's the other side of it. Then you're right. Yeah, you're spot on.
There's lots of it that bores the piss out of me. Like,
there's some, but there's some riffs then that need to be dragged out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, to kind of like set a fucking tone. Do you know, that kind of way?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, to the direction that it's going to go in, like, do you know.
And that's the advantage of having two guitars as well. You can have fun with it then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Loads of fun with it, like.
Yeah, because like you could be playing a riff and you have it in your head. It's like, oh, get in the studio now and get another guitar behind this. But it's just nice to be able to have such really good dynamics between the two tones as well. Because Mick's tone is night and day different to Dave's, like, but the both of them go together so fucking well.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's like they created their tone on purpose to gel together. It's fucking weird. Because like, when we jam, I'm in the middle of both. Like, Dave is this side of me, Mick is that side. So I have them right here in the side of my head, like,
and that's interesting. Then in a live setting, then you're fucked over to the corner. No respect for the bass players, like.
He likes the corner, yeah.
I like the corner. Right? I can't
Nobody
fall
puts
off
Davey
the
in the
corner. I'm all good, man. Could be worse. I'm a guitar player that plays bass. I'm not a bass player.
Frustrated guitar player.
I'm not a bass player.
Fucking Aaron, shut up.
Hey, I'm not doing too
bad. I enjoy your tone.
Neil's a deadly guitar player, man. I'll hand him my guitar at practice. He can be riffing. I go like, God, why is he playing bass in this band? Like, he should be
because we've enough guitar players.
What bands actually have 3 or 4 guitar players? Oh, Molar Bear, isn't it? They have 3 guitarists. They do, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, shout out to Andy and the lads.
Jesus.
Oh. Yeah, Nightmare and pedals.
Excellent Nightmare, I'd say, yeah.
Fucking, you want to see their pedal setup? Jesus Christ almighty.
Oh, it's epic.
That fucking cat that you'd walking around there, Neil, would be freaked out. There's actually literally no room for the fucking cat to walk around if they play on stage. Like. But and that's the other side of it then, isn't it? Just when you overcomplicate it, like, fucking hell.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, because it's grand to overcomplicate it at home or in the studio, but you need to, if you can do it live, overcomplicate it all you want. But when it comes to rock or metal or even like anything that's band based, you need to be able to do it live if you're putting it out. Like, this is the music I make or we make. You want to come see us and go, that was fucking shit. Like, there's nothing more disappointing than you don't have the tone that's anywhere close to, like, even just a fraction. You're like, what the fuck?
They were another good example, and she played Support Them or The Crawling. They seemed to nail it for a 3-piece.
Oh, they're tight as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that for a 3-piece. Yeah, it's very tight. I suppose it has to be, yeah.
It has to be, yeah.
They're at it a while, though, yeah. The boys know what they're doing.
Really fucking sound lads as well.
Yeah, that was, like, as I said, that was a great lineup that night. Really enjoyed that. So, lads,
I'd happily get back to friends again after that experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so hopefully now you'll have something coming through, another gig or two before this year ends.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. There'll definitely be something coming up. Yeah.
If there's anybody listening, offer us a gig.
We'll
if it's in Limerick, Clarke or Galway, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Cancellations will do it.
Yeah. No, we'll even pay a fucking.
You know what? Honestly, you should fucking go to Belfast. You go down great in Belfast. I know it's a bit of a trip, like.
We've been there quite a few times. Yeah. No, we haven't been up there for years, have we? Neil?
No, but we've had good fun up there.
Yeah, get in contact with Jake of Elder Druid. He'd be your man there.
Oh yeah.
Or James, which
we were still for the Distortion project for James. Yeah,
that's right.
James Soundboy. Yeah.
Wow. Imagine now said not see it be very samey then, but I'd just be selfish. I'd love to see you with Nomadic Rituals. Oh, an Elder Druid.
Yeah, I'd love to play with the two of them actually. Yeah.
There's cap number 2.
Jesus Christ.
Attention seeker.
Lemmy. This is Lemmy.
Good name.
There he goes, yeah.
Okay, lads, so that's it. I'll leave you go, and thanks for coming on the show, and literally...
Sound for having us, Richie.
Anything I could do to help, please let me know, and, if you're going to bring out a single, for example, in the next few months, give me a heads up, and we'll promote it on the show.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's great. Thanks a million.
Okay, so you've been listening to
You're doing the Lord's work, Richie. Fair play.
The Lord's work.
Yeah. Whatever you want, I'm not,
So you've been listening to Mick, Dave and Neil from Brigantia. Thanks again, lads, for coming on to the show and crucially support your metal scene.
Have a good one.
Cheers.
Sounds
Rock on.